would the ex-Sea Org member eventually be told who he or she was in a previous life? And if so, how would eventually disavowing that idea affect them compared to someone else leaving Scientology? Oh, great question. Okay. Now I get what you're saying. You're talking about past lives. Okay, in Scientology, past lives are a matter of you telling the church who you were, what was up. The church is not ever going to tell you, an auditor, a case supervisor is never going to tell you who you were in a past life. That would be absolutely forbidden activity. That would be a total violation of the auditor's code, the case supervisor rules. Everything in Scientology would go against somebody telling you that. Now, that being said, there's a few parents out there who have done that to their kids, Scientologists. They didn't necessarily tell them who they were, but they made very strong suggestions or overtures to their children about how they could have been returnees, past life Scientologists of some kind, and they would encourage that kind of thinking in their children. And these children, of course, are young people I'm talking about, not tweens or teens. And these are impressionable, non-critical thinking kids. So there is, a potential there for abuse and damage. When you're laying in this kind of false, memory, really, on your child, right? Because you're encouraging imaginative thinking in terms of who they were in their past lives and talking to them about that. And it's even though it's against the rules, even though Hubbard actually said, don't do this, parents do it. Over-enthusiastic Scientologists do this to their kids. So could that affect them compared to somebody else leaving Scientology? Of course it could. We're really only talking about a few people. We're not talking about thousands or, hundreds of thousands or anything like that. We're talking about, probably something on the order of, at the most a few hundred people, which is not nothing, but I'm just kind of trying to put it in perspective as to what kind of damage and how many people are we talking about here. But it's still bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that in any way to lessen the blow. It's just, the perspective of it. But yeah, it would be damaging, no question about it. And it could negatively impact a person's recovery. It would depend very much on the person themselves and what else they bring to the process.